That's that jersey. Trying to build that WWE in the NFL.
We're finishing up in a little bit. Mike Daniels' camp again. Rich Quinones here, 97.3 ESPN FM, Trix 57 in New Jersey. He's sticking out his chest because he's ready to go. You look like you're ready for training camp.
It's football, man. I'm on the grass. Like, I'm ready to rock, man. I've been yelling. I've been coaching. I've been getting in my stance. Like, sometimes I'm forgetting I'm only coaching right now. I'm not playing. Now I see why coaches get so fired up and stuff, you know?
It's hard, though, sometimes because you have that passion of a player, and sometimes you can't always stick that passion and heart into players.
Nah, you know, passion and heart is something that you've had since you were little. You're in my hometown. You can ask around, what was Mike like when he was young, and say he's the same that he was, you know, as you see now. He's a passionate player. He gets riled up. He's a hothead. He loves the game. He's going to get after. He's going to give you everything he got. And I see that with some of the kids. Like, you see the kids that, like, really, like, are out here just loving it, flying around. They got it already instilled in them, and the old adage is, if a dog's gonna bite, he's gonna bite as a pup.
Right. It probably gives you a little more incentive too to keep these camps going forward. I mean, it's a pretty good turnout. I don't know if this is the first one you had in Jersey or if you had one in Green Bay.
It's the first one in Jersey, man. We're looking to do this thing every year until I can't do it anymore, man. I think it's very important to teach the fundamentals of the game. You know, we got so much talent, but we got to make sure we get the fundamentals down, man, and that's what's most important.
All right, let's get to the football talk for a minute. We were talking about this the other day. So obviously you're with the Packers. You saw the run they had last year. You know, you always talk about a guy in Aaron Rodgers, and the argument's always been made, right? You look at the numbers, you look at the stats. He's won a ring. He's an All-Pro. He's definitely top 10 quarterback, right? He's got to let it play out a little more.
He's the best in the league. He
right now,
needs more rings. He's the best in the league.
Better than Brady.
He's the best in the league. The best in the league. He needs more rings, and we got to get him rings. That's all to it.
But do they always make the player, though? Because there are a lot of quarterbacks that haven't gone in the Hall of Fame.
Player, but unfortunately, in the eyes of
guys like us in the media?
You know what I'm saying? That's what does. It's like me. Everybody looks at sacks, but I'm so disruptive. Should have been pulled.
Sure, if you're double-teamed a lot, the film doesn't lie.
That's what I'm talking about. You see that. But the people that's just looking at stats don't see that.
What separates Aaron Rodgers from a guy like Tom Brady?
Aaron is he's just amazing, man. He makes throws that a person shouldn't be able to make.
Like
he's
the throw
extremely
against
smart.
The Dallas Cowboys.
You know, he does that like 4 times a year, man.
The Hail Marys, the wild card game against the Giants.
We're never out of a game.
Right.
Game is never over until the clock says 0-0-0-0, and even then it ain't over.
Do you ever look at it, the fact that he spent 2-3 years of his career behind Brett Favre? So again, you're talking, if you go by stats-wise, probably the best thing for him to be behind
That plays
Favre.
a big part in it because Brett's one of the best to do it too. Old cowboy gunslinger mentality, man. And I think Aaron learned a lot from him in terms of it's okay to take your liberties, but Aaron, he's really smart, man. He knows when and when not to do it.
So then, going on your premise then, when you talk about some of the rings and you look at Tom Brady, then you look at a quarterback in Joe Montana, never lost in the Super Bowl, never threw an interception. Brady's been immortal at times. Aside from last year, great comeback against the Falcons down 25. They can't beat the Giants in the Super Bowl, we know that. So say Rodgers gets a couple more Super Bowls, say he doesn't lose in the Super Bowl, you take that into consideration. I mean, to me, I can have the argument all day with people, Montana, Brady, Rodgers.
You gauge it by watching the tape. You're making it more too complicated. You know what I'm saying? Just watch the tape, and you'll see it. You know, it's all about watching the tape. You'll see it in the tape. The tape don't lie. The film don't lie. The eye in the sky don't lie. All the different whatever.
Fans, media. It's hard to always look at the tape, right? It's not always about stats. We know that.
Well, if you're the one making decisions on who should be here, if you're good, if you're not, you should probably watch the tape. If you're not, you should probably just shut up. And that's what it's all about.
Let me ask you this now. Because, I enjoy this because I know we were talking about it a little bit yesterday. Look, in my eyes, Brady's generational quarterback. And the more I watch Rodgers play, I say to myself, there's only a handful, maybe 2, that can make some of the throws he makes, improvises, scrambling, buying time. So I ask you again, is that what sets him apart from the guys like Brady? You know, Breeze, great pocket passer. You know, Big Ben, tough quarterback. Eli's put up the numbers. Peyton Manning, regular season quarterback, but always had a difficult time in the playoffs. So give me those intangibles. Give me 2 or 3 that you say, this is why Aaron Rodgers is the best.
I just told you, man. Because he's smarter than everybody on the field, and he's a lot more athletic than people give him credit for. Put those 2 things together, you got a Hall of Famer.
All right, you're in South Jersey, so you know there's a lot of Eagles fans around here.
So, right now I got the upper hand because we won. We won convincingly on Monday night too, so, you know, I'm just being honest.
NFC Open, or is it the Green Bay Packers conference to win?
I always think it's our conference. I'll forever say that. So it's just a matter of us going out there and doing it.
And how about a little bit of protecting the quarterbacks, your quarterback aside? We talk about the way the game is being called and official. About the quarterbacks and the officiating in the NFL. Is it tough when you're a defensive player and a tackle where you know right away if hard-nosed is different than being a dirty player?
The game's changed, and you just got to change with it. So it's definitely a challenge, but it's not impossible.
Yeah. I don't want to get you fined in the offseason.
Nah, I ain't going to get fined.
No, you're not. Hey, I appreciate it. Great job here. And
really,
listen, I appreciate it. Best of luck going forward with the Packers.
Thank you, man. Have a good one.